can you say about everything they've done for the program, for you, and the mark they've left, and obviously hope to leave, even bigger one here in the coming months. But what have they done for this program?
Everything really. I mean, especially how many do we have? 6, I think. But you look at Lyndon, David, and those guys have been here since our staff got here. They've seen everything, the lows and the better, and we're trying to find even more, obviously. But without those guys, I don't think anything changes here the last couple of years. So they're special kids.
What do they do, not only on the ice but off the ice in terms of leadership and setting standards? Because their skill, obviously, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for their skill. But it seems like the direction they've steered the team has almost been, greater than their skill in terms of impact.
It's way more impactful. They're good hockey players, no question, but they've turned themselves into good hockey players. It's not like they were just given all the talent in the world. So that's contagious to everybody else, and it's contagious to the coaches. So you're always in the game when those guys are your leaders, because they're going to bring everyone else with them, and that's what they've done. Obviously, Harrison's had a tremendous impact on our program, as have Taylor and Ross in 1 year. So those guys have seamlessly integrated to it. But the other piece of that is David and Lyndon and Nolan allowed that to happen. So those guys are all incredibly important.
Coach, what Jack was talking about was like the player's impact on your turnaround. Within your coaching career, has there been a turnaround that you've been involved with, quite like a 7-win team to one of the top ranked teams?
I mean, I wish I could say no, but yeah, like we had a 5-win team at UMass, and we went to the national championship game 3 years later. So that experience, really taught me the importance of having the Davids and the Lindens and the Nolans. Those are the guys that lead that. As much as we want to think that we affect everything and we're the best coaches on the planet and all that kind of stuff, that's not how it works. It works in college, at least. It works with the culture that you build, and the culture is only as good as the players you have in that room. So those guys are incredibly important too.
What do you make of Linden's first action there in a long time on Friday?
I thought he got better as the game went along. It's to throw him out there, and after that's a long time away, and he was actually better than I thought he would be, to be honest with you. I mean, he got scored on there in the first, which was like kind of a bad bounce and whatever. But he almost won the game in overtime when he crossed Barr. So at the end of the game, he was looking like pretty close to his old self.
Well, then, building on that, obviously disappointing result on Friday. Word was in the game. What do you guys got to do to clean up, and what do you have to clean up these next couple weeks as you move into playoffs?
We got to clean everything up. Credit to UConn. They came on. We knew they were going to be. They had a lot of energy. They're playing at their rank. I thought they controlled the pace of that whole game for the most part. We were okay in the second period, but the first and third wasn't pretty. We have to be as simple and as detailed as we can be, and it's not just one aspect of the game; it's everything. We complicated the game. We didn't win a lot of one-on-one battles. When we had the puck, we threw it away because we were a little bit overwhelmed to have it. We didn't want that responsibility on our tape, and it was an ugly game. Again, a big part of that is how well UConn played. I think they're a great team, and they've given us a lot of problems this year. But every game is going to be like that. This weekend's going to be like that. And that's the cool thing is that's the guys have earned the opportunity to be in those games and get everybody's A game. I mean, that's what we're going to get, and we have to raise our game in turn.